for his contribution and give the call to the honourable member for Holt.
Thanks, Deputy Speaker. Excuse me, Deputy Speaker. I would like to draw attention to this place of an AFP Bravery Award that was awarded to 2 counter-terrorism officers targeted in a frenzied attack by teenage jihadist Newman Haider on the 23rd of September 2014. The officers, whose identities have to be suppressed, were recognised last week with the AFP Bravery Awards 3 years, or almost 3 years after they almost died in the attack. I wanted to talk about how it affected the particular officers in a second, but I wanted to point out to the attention of this place that the Victoria's Coroner's Court finding hailed the actions of both officers. Undisputed evidence to the court found Officer B almost certainly would have been killed and possibly decapitated had it not been for the actions of Officer A, who killed Haider with a single bullet to the head in order to save his colleague. An internal AFP memo confirmed Sergeant A had displayed conspicuous bravery at Endeavour Hills, Victoria, on the 23rd of September 2014, where, despite having been seriously wounded as the result of a sustained knife attack, saved the life of an AFP member. Federal Agent B for displaying conspicuous bravery at the Endeavour Hills Police Station in Victoria on the 23rd of September, where he was seriously wounded as a result of a sustained knife attack, the memo said. Officer B said he'd got through it with the support of his family and friends and colleagues, as well as the Australian public. I just wanted also to draw attention, 3 years have passed, Deputy Speaker. This is Officer B talking to the Weekend Australian about the after effects of what happened on that very dark evening. It's etched into your minds. My kids' faces in the hospital. I remember just as if it were yesterday, he said. Things come back to you. You still get upset. It sort of never leaves you. It will always be there, and you'll always be reminded daily by the scars. It's funny when we have a discussion about counter-terrorism in this place. Sometimes I think these 2 officers think that they might have been forgotten. I know these 2 officers, and I know them extremely well. I know that in particular Officer A, who discharged this weapon, still experiences some challenges, as does Officer B. So even though we have an article in the Weekend Australian, because of the nature of the AFP Bravery Awards, they'll be held in secret, because if the names of these 2 gentlemen were known, they would be targeted. They'd be killed. And so I guess I'd like to say to those 2 officers in particular who believe sometimes that perhaps the public have forgotten the sacrifices they made on that night, this parliament hasn't. We honour what you did and were subjected to on that night, and we will not forget you or your families, regardless of how much time has elapsed.
A heartfelt contribution.